Have you ever been deep into a gaming session and suddenly your character just starts wandering off on their own? Yeah, that's stick drift. I've personally been there struggling with this annoying issue where your controller seems to have its own agenda and it's not just a slight hiccup. Having stick drift can really mess with your gameplay, especially when precision is important with the kind of games that you're playing. So in this video, I want to share with you what I've learned about stick drift, why it happens, how it affects our games, and some handy fixes that I've personally discovered and have helped me fix stick drift on my controller. The method that I'm about to show you guys works both for PS4 and PS5 and also for Xbox controllers, or actually any kind of controller that has an analog stick, as they're all susceptible to this weird annoying issue. So let's tackle this together and get our controllers and our games back under control. Now, the first thing that you guys have to make sure to do is check whether your controller actually has stick drift or if it's just a software issue in your controller. To check stick drift, you want to make sure that you connect your controller to a PC using a cable. Now, this method in and of itself isn't as easy as just plugging your controller and your PC detects it. It is a little more nuanced than that, especially if you are on a PlayStation controller. So I've created a separate video where I show you guys how to connect a PlayStation controller to your PC. I'm going to leave the link to it in the description box down below. Once you've connected your controller to your PC, head over to this website called Gamepad Tester, and as soon as you press any button on your controller, you'll see that it gives you a live feedback of all your inputs right on your screen. Now, if you really have some stick drift on your controller, you're gonna see that the two black dots on the screen will look slightly misaligned rather than being in the dead center like you guys can see on the screen right here. There seems to be a significant amount of drift on the right analog stick for my controller, and this is when you should know that you definitely have some stick drift. Also, under all the four axes, you want to make sure that the values are as close to 0 as possible. If it's 0.08 or 0.1, just know that you totally have some stick drift on your controller, because that's more than the usual rate of error. The usual rate of error is between 0.01 or 0.02. If you guys see that the black spots are in the dead center and there's no drift showing on either of the four axes, it would most likely mean that it's a software issue with the game that you're playing or the software on your controller, for which, if you're on PlayStation, just update your controller software to the latest version available, and that should most likely fix the issue. And if it doesn't, it would most likely mean that you really do have some stick drift on your controller, for which there are a few things that you can physically do in order to fix this. So one of the main causes for stick drift is the accumulation of dirt in between the little spaces around your analog stick. The first thing that I would do is hold the stick to one side and blow inside of the little space on the edge, and just keep rotating your analog stick as you do it. If you have a blower like this, you can certainly use it as well. If you want to get one of these, the link is going to be down in the description. After you do this, also try to press down on your analog stick and again blow in between the little space created as you're rotating your analog stick both ways. Make sure you do this for a couple of seconds. You can also turn your controller upside down to make sure you get rid of all the accumulated dirt. And then finally, go over to the Gamepad Tester again to try and see if the black spots are now in the dead center. If they are, it would mean that you've fixed your stick drift and you should no longer experience it. As you guys can see right here, we went from having a pretty significant amount of stick drift to now the usual rate of error, and the black spots on the screen also seem to be almost in the dead center. Now, if this doesn't fix it, the only other way to fix this issue is to get a stick drift kit. Now, for this, you would have to disassemble your controller, but do not worry guys, it's actually pretty easy. There are plenty of tutorials that show you how to do it. I'm even going to be linking one in the description box down below, and the link to the product is also going to be in the description. It's only going to cost you about $15 US for a whole kit, and you can easily fix up to 2 or more controllers with just one kit. You see, the movement calibration device inside your controller is made up of moving parts, which over time, due to wear and tear, are extremely susceptible to breaking. And if you guys don't want to spend money buying a whole new controller, this might be the only fix. Also, once you learn how to do it, you can pretty much fix all your controllers with this skill, and it's also going to be a skill that you learn for a lifetime, or at least until we still use controllers for video games. With that being said guys, that was pretty much the video. Hope you guys find this video helpful, and if you do, please don't forget to leave a like to this video, and also do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.